In the northern section of the triangle-shaped marsh, the team is looking for other potential caches of hidden goods. They found a piece of shaped wood 3 feet underground, which may be connected to a building nearer the surface or another one farther below. As the excavation progresses, the team is committed to finding answers and staying focused. Archaeologist Jack Begley teams up with archaeologist Fiona Steele and her assistant Todd Langth to explore a mysterious foundation close to the shoreline. The test pit's goal is to determine whether the gap in the rocks is an entranceway. The added benefit is that this is the section of the whole structure that has been located. The crew has found man-made mortar that matches soils from more than 100 feet deep in the money pit. Additionally, some portions of the feature, as well as a variety of coins and antiquities from the 14th to the 18th centuries, have been unearthed in the money pit area. A hinge piece that Fiona thinks is a diamond or some kind of cut glass is one of the items that have led the team to conclude that the feature was utilized and altered by several people throughout a number of ages when riches may have been placed in the money pit location. Fiona is unsure, but Jack believes that this hinge may have come from a chest or box. The rest of the hinge and its contents are being bagged. Todd thinks the hinge might be a gemstone or glass gemstone, while Fiona says it might have been from a ring or necklace. Over the past 10 years, the Legas and their team have found numerous items of treasure throughout Oak Island, including gold-plated buttons, silver coins, and gemstones. The team is committed to finding answers to these questions as they continue to investigate the swamp and its possible treasure caches. One such find, which was made on Lot 21 in 2018, is thought to be at least 500 years old. It is a stunning and priceless treasure. The following day, archaeologist Lars Nien and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan joined the team to examine an artifact that resembled a glass gem close to Lot 5's spherical feature. The artifact has a significant amount of lead, which is uncommon in modern glass, particularly glassware. The artifact, known as paste, is made of ground-up, highly Li-containing flint glass that was pressed into a mold. Gorg in French jewelry. Early in the 18th century, Friedrich Struss made imitation jewels by mixing lead and bismuth-thallium with powdered glass. Perhaps during an effort to bury treasures, the circular feature on Lot the 5th of May have served as a camp. The Pit of Money. The fact that the mortar-like material discovered in the round feature matches soil samples found both nearby and deep underground, where a large-scale excavation is currently taking place, emphasizes that someone of significance was present and that someone wealthy had dug everywhere. The province attested that this was the first of these items they had discovered. Marty thinks that this is one of the most important things on Lot 5. The team's data and analysis are something to think about, but they intend to keep looking for more treasure and locate the treasure's siblings. In 2020, Rick Lagena, a metal detection expert, and Billy Gart are looking for clues at the southern border of a mysterious triangle-shaped swamp. They have found ship-related artifacts and wood from ships that date back to the 15th and 18th centuries, as well as a piece of ship railing near the southern border that was carbon-dated to as early as the 8th century. Given Dr. Doug Simmons's theory that the medieval Viking culture may be connected to the Oak Island mystery, the team is eager to find more evidence of a sailing vessel in the swamp, and they are wondering if they have found more evidence of a sailing vessel there and who the visitors were. With dates from 700 AD found on the ship's railing and 120-200 dates found in the swamp, the Oak Island team thinks this is a very old mystery. There are compelling indications that there was activity there from the beginning, but to what extent this adds intrigue to the search? The team is eager to see what other potential clues they may find in the area. In conclusion, the Oak Island team is actively searching for clues at the southern border of the swamp, using various methods to uncover clues and examining the historical context of the swamp more than 30 years ago. Billy is digging in the swamp, and they find horizontal and vertical boards, as well as a wall of a shaft or retaining wall. It's possible that Fred probed this wall when he believed he hit the wall. Fred Nolan, a treasure hunter and landlord of Oak Island, found a wooden wall or dam in the marsh that he thought was proof of an artificial structure built years ago to conceal something valuable. The team is currently looking into whether they have discovered a portion of the same construct and, if so, whether it is connected to the possibly 1250-year-old ship railing fragment discovered nearby in 2020. Geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner has been invited by Gary and Rick LagIna to examine the feature. The team is also interested in finding something that connects the stone road to something else, like a loading and unloading platform. If this is as old as the stone road, it could have been used for unloading goods and constructing other structures. They are particularly interested in the red material beneath the stone road, which may be from around the same time period as the wooden tunnel beneath the garden shaft. If we begin to see that red material inside and around that wood structure, that could put it even further back in time. The southeast corner of the marsh is poorly understood, and in order to better comprehend its function, it is desired to excavate and reveal the complete structure. This wood is intriguing since it has flat tops and rounded edges. The team is looking for one or two artifacts that could provide insight into its original use. Since they have worked very hard to place anything in the northern part of the marsh, they must exercise caution when doing so. Dr. Ian Spooner, a geoscientist, and Marty Lagena have made an important discovery. They found a boulder with a disturbance at its base, indicating that Nolan's Cross has an internal mechanism for unlocking it. A researcher named John Edwards led the team to this spot with the promise that they might unearth a hidden treasure related to the Knights Templar. When Billy Gart dug around, a huge boulder was found perched atop a possibly man-made stone formation. The team is currently investigating the site to see if it is a natural feature or if it could actually be man-made. Marty finds interesting details about John Edwards' presentation, such as a stick in between the boulder and the sediment, which suggests that people were moving around boulders to move water through the area. This seems like people were manipulating or trying to change the water level in the swamp. For whatever reason, if Dr. Spooner and Billy are correct, the area around this feature could offer evidence to support the theory of researcher John Edwards, who believes it may have been created centuries ago by members of the Knights Templar. They found some nice cut wood at the base of the swamp material, which they plan to carbonate and use to determine if they find any other oddities and possibly some metals. The next morning, they plan to find some good stuff, including a big tree, 2 layers of trees, and several other tree stumps. These findings suggest that the swamp may have been artificially manipulated hundreds of years ago, as trees are not able to naturally grow in marsh environments. The team intends to stroll around and examine the rocks that border the swamp after discovering another intriguing discovery: a large piece of timber that was brought here for a purpose and has been hacked multiple times. While investigating a rock-lined dip at Oak Island that is thought to be a treasure pit, Billy and Rick come across a peculiar concealed stone feature that they think could revolutionize the game. Since it appears to be quite old, the team is thrilled with the discovery and wants to take a break. Billy and Rick are impressed by the circle of stones, which they believe was created when Billy bailed the water out. They don't find any metals, but they found no metals at the paved area or on the stone roadway. This suggests that people may have been on Oak Island earlier than they thought the board they found was cut, and there were loads of wood along the line. One of the features they found was big long strokes with an axe, which could be a candidate for C-14 Fred Nolan, who discovered several uniform lines of wooden stakes carbon, dated to as early as the 1500s, was convinced they were survey markers used to artificially create the brackish bog. The Oak Island team is considering whether they have found a similar stake at a site believed to mark a location where treasure could be buried, however they don't think it is natural. Rick suggests having Dr. Spooner come out and try to core through the site, but they don't think they should do anything more physically until Dr. Spooner comes in. Craig believes that if people were building something at John Edwards' site, they must be careful when examining it, as it may tell the story of who was there and could be a game changer.